Mashayikh sometimes give some very simple parables, examples, to explain some very deep things. So, one of the very important things, extremely important, is the aspect of zikr. To highlight this importance, one example that the Mashayikh have given, it's a parable. One person had hired somebody to chop trees. A whole lot of people are doing the job. This person also wanted a job. So he tested him out, how well you can do this job. So, mashallah, he was quite efficient. So he gave him the job. The first day, he chopped 20 trees. So now that was a very good amount of trees for a person to chop. The second day, 20 trees. The third day, 20 trees. The fourth day, it became 19. Then the fifth day, 18. And then it went 17 and 16. Now this person became very concerned, the employer. This person, is he shirking now? He came first day 20, second day 20, now what's going on? So he called him up and he questioned him that what's the problem? Why are you now chopping less trees? Because obviously it's now the production is dropping. He said, I'm doing the same work, I'm not doing anything different, the same amount of effort, the same amount of time. So then what's the problem? He said, I don't know what's the problem. I'm doing the same amount of work. So he then called some of the others who were working around him, also doing something similar. He asked them that, have you been noticing anything? Maybe this chap is now sitting and whiling away the time, having an extra long lunch break or whatever. He said, no, he's working fine. So he told him, okay, go carry on. So now he observed him very carefully. See, this person is definitely putting his full effort. Then he called him back into his office, and he told him, you see, you take this 15-20 minutes off now and go and sharpen your axe. So the chef said, but in that 15-20 minutes I'll already chop another, maybe one tree down or some part of a tree down. He said, no, you leave that now, you go and sharpen the axe. So he finally went. It took him half an hour maybe to sharpen that axe properly. Then he came the same day or from the day after, again the production is back to 20. So I told him, you see, you were putting in all the efforts, but your axe had become blunt. Now, over repeated use, your axe needed to be sharpened. So now when you sharpen the axe, now you got the same production again. Now from this example, the Mashayikh take a very, very important lesson for us. Sometimes we think, especially a person involved in some dini khidmat, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, so I'm very busy, and I'm busy with very important work. Obviously, who can make any issue about that it's extremely important work. He says, but that important work requires that you keep sharpening the axe by means of your tasbihat, zikr, tilawat, ma'mulat, dua. If this is not going to happen, you're going to make it blunt, meaning now that ruhaniyat is not going to be the same. So the production for dunya, mainly the production for akhirat, what it's going to earn for you and how close it's going to bring you to Allah Ta'ala, that's not going to be the same. Now that is going to be impacted on by missing out on these important amal, on the tasbihat, zikr, tilawat. That's going to make that axe blunt. So that is just by missing out on these things to be done. Can we imagine now that person who, not just out of constant use and not sharpening the axe, is actually now damaging that axe. He's making it blunt by, he's knocking it on a wall, on a brick, on iron. That axe is not meant for that. So now what's going to be the end result of that? He won't be able to chop one tree. So one is the person is missing his ma'mulat, missing his tasbihat, missing his dua, his zikr, his nawafil. The other is a person is now actually damaging it. Damaging it with what? With sins. So with sins, it's now not just going to make it blunt, it's going to break it. It's going to harm it terribly. Now he's trying to do what he wants to do, there's no heart left to do anything. The whole thoughts and minds the whole mind is all in a turmoil. There's no drive to do anything good. There's no drive to sit with his kitab. There's no drive to do something additional. Nothing. Everything is all flat and dead. What happened? Because he did not forget, got blunt, he actually broke the axe. So this is a very important thing. Sometimes a person is now, but why I don't have any feeling to even touch any kitab, I don't want to even spend any time in my making mutala, takrar, or learning my Quran Sharif, or anything, sometimes we have to see whether we have perhaps broken the axe or damaged it badly. So if that is the case, we have to then repay it and sharpen it again. And inshallah, if we repay it with tawbah, we repay it with turning back to Allah Ta'ala, and repay it with now a lot of istighfar, then inshallah that enthusiasm will come back. Allah Ta'ala give us that.
अल्लाह अल्लाह कैसा प्यारा नाम है, आशिकों का मीना और जाम है।